on them.
I heard you talking about Russ last night, and it's an obvious question. How much the team misses its starting quarterback and everything Russell has meant to this team over the course of the last decade. And heard you say that you wouldn't have been here as long without him, and I think it's a natural coach-quarterback kind of conversation. But what is that relationship like between a coach and a franchise quarterback and some of that, I don't want to say dependency, that doesn't sound quite right, but just some of that reliance on each other to have success?
Well, I've always looked at, so much so, I've always looked at this relationship as the crucial relationship, so much so that when the first time I can remember outside the facility and Russ and I are shooting hoops and I'm telling him he's going to be the starter, uh, addressing that issue, that this is going to be between you and I, to hold this thing together for a long time. We're going to have to work together and think alike and operate on a really high level so that we can maintain the balance and the continuity and the stability that a program needs if you're going to be good for a long time. And so, that started right in the first conversation almost with us. That was kind of like our initial, meeting of the minds. So, I'm making the point that how crucial his play has been in our success. We've done a lot of winning and done a lot of great things here, and he's been right in the middle. He ain't the only one that did it, and I would never, say that in that regard. But without him and his mentality, it would have been really hard to be as successful as we've been, and I don't mind giving him that credit. And the quarterback deserves that kind of credit because they're going to also receive the criticism too, It's a remarkably, extraordinarily difficult role to play in sports and in this game in particular. They're so demanding that, I'm just trying to amplify really how people should understand, the dynamic and the magnitude of this position.
Well, and it strikes me that two of his best skills fit seemingly with the style of game you want to play. His efficiency and accuracy throwing the ball, making good decisions, seems to fit well with a running game and a balanced attack. And his ability to capitalize in the 2-minute drill late in games seems to fit well with a lot of the close games that your teams tend to play.
Yeah, and I think that's just an approach to the game. I think if you've been in this game long enough, you realize that there's certain aspects of it that you have to attend to and respect, and that's where the ability to maintain possession of the football is such a big deal, and we make such a big deal about it. Russell's been a great decision maker over the years, and understanding that, and that's why we've been able to win, and that's why we've been in the games and at the end and had chances to win in the end. Then you take the next element of it, that he's a magnificent competitor under those kinds of circumstances, and has always been able to find a way to be have a positive impact. That's why he's won so many of those games, and all of that fits all together.